Hello. Happy Friday. Welcome back to On the Daily. This is another Unplugged episode. I have a clearing for myself, and that is that my dad's birthday, for those of you who maybe haven't been listening to this podcast long, my father passed away in January. And this week on the 9th was his birthday. And there was a lot of anticipatory grief going into that day. And I prepared essentially to be sad that day. Energetically, I prepared for it, and it was, it was as tough as you probably could have imagined. However, I am coming out of that fog a little bit, and I wanted to share a story with you today about people who maybe are unable to heal themselves. And so they lash out at people who do have the ability to heal. I had this happen to me recently, and there was a time when if something like that would have happened, Danielle 5 years ago, 6 years ago would have sulked on it. It would have eaten away at me. It would have made me so sad. And I would have probably changed something about myself to fit, to make other people feel comfortable. And I had this situation happen to me recently where I was ridiculed for being a person who can heal and forgive. And the person that I was speaking with couldn't. And that was something that they were not able to do. And I was really proud of myself that I had done that kind of work with myself to be able to get to the point where, words and criticism from somebody who you don't need to accept that criticism from. I was really proud that I was able to kind of stand tall in who I was. So my point for today is that I want you to think about your ability to heal, whether it be inner child work or, healing from trauma or something. I want you to think about your ability to heal and your ability to forgive, because healing is one part of the puzzle. Forgiveness is another part of the puzzle. And I think about Brad's episode from earlier this week. We talked a little bit about childhood and how, when he was younger, he experienced so much criticism. And I know Brad very well. I know him personally very well. Obviously, he's my best friend's husband. So I know him on a deeper level than I know some of my guests. And I know the work that Brad has done to heal and forgive. And one thing that Brad is very good at is just universal forgiveness. He is brilliant at forgiving people. And that's not to say that he is being walked on. That's not to say that he is being taken advantage of. It's more saying that holding on to the past, holding on to the way that people treat you and letting it eat away at you is only going to hurt you. So in this life, the best thing that we can do is truly learn to forgive people that have hurt us. And I'm not saying don't hold them accountable. I'm not saying don't tell them what they've done. I'm saying we have to get to a point where we can forgive. Because if we do not forgive and our heart does not forgive, then that lives on in us. And things that live on in us only hurt us. So when this situation happened with me in the past couple of weeks, where I just was ridiculed for the fact that I, wasn't owning something, or the criticism was that I was not owning something that I should be owning. And first of all, my question to the person was, I don't know what you expect me to own. What happened? I did feel remorse for my part in what happened to our relationship. I felt remorse for what went down in our relationship. I apologized for my part in our relationship, and I healed. I forgave you for your part in the relationship, and I forgave myself. And you really can't hurt somebody that's healed. You can't hurt somebody that's forgiven, right? You can't make somebody angry who's forgiven. So I want you to think about who in your life, maybe you're holding on to a grudge, or, who in your life or a situation in your life that you can't seem to get over. Or every time you see that person who hurt you, you tense up. What if we practiced radical forgiveness, like the kind of forgiveness where you didn't expect an apology? You got to the point where you did not expect anything from that person because you were able to forgive, heal, and move on. I'm telling you, it really does propel you forward in this crazy life that we lead. It really, really does. And it is liberating. It's liberating to be able to say, like, you can't hurt me. It's a superpower, I think. I just think so often we get so caught up in, oh my gosh, like I need to stay angry at that person because of what they did to me. And sure, maybe for a while that's true. Maybe for a while that is part of your healing process, is just allowing yourself to feel anger and to feel, just rage almost. I think that is normal. I think that is really lovely and beautiful form of, I guess, like feeling it, going through it. So I'm not saying don't have those moments. I'm not saying don't take the time to feel everything you need to feel from a rough situation, and get to the point where you can radically forgive without expectation. Because if we wait around for somebody to apologize to us for so long, they're not going to. Most people that don't realize the error in their ways quickly probably aren't going to. And that's okay. That doesn't mean that you can't forgive them. That doesn't mean that you can't heal and move on. So I urge you to do that, because it really will set you free. It really, 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 really will. And if you haven't, go back and listen to Brad's episode. Go back and listen to, the way in which he's healed and, forgiven past traumas in his life. Because it is, being able to walk through the earth knowing that you're not waiting for people's apologies is a really special and powerful feeling. I hope you have a beautiful day wherever you are, and we will see you on Tuesday for another episode.